Now, joining us to examine the performance of the home-based Eagles this morning on the Breakfast Show is Seun Ajidagba of Unilag 103.1 FM. Glad to have you join us, Seun.
It's a pleasure to be here, and let the breakfast begin.
We started before you came, so how do you rate the performance of the home-based Eagles in the match yesterday?
Lethargic, incoherent, uncoordinated, shambolic, and more importantly, distasteful.
Why all the adjectives? All the adjectives against the home-based Super Eagles.
Proud to going for this tournament. I said it on all platforms. When you are writing a project topic in a university, when you get to your chapter 3, there's what we call research methodology, or call it research methods. And you talk about the population and the sample. The population is the total number of players playing in the Nigerian Professional Football League. And the sample is those who went to Morocco.
You are taking it a bit to the front. The match yesterday, what exactly?
What I'm trying to say is that those who went for that tournament, I have issues with them. And it was evident in the game yesterday. How can you play Anton Hayes, Rwanda, and you cannot put your chances? 24 shots, and they started hitting the bars, could not find the back of the net. And you talk about a team that should just put Rwanda to the sword. And you ask yourself, if we cannot beat Rwanda, then our next game is against the Libyan national team. Coincidentally, those are guys who won the African Nations Championship in 2014. And the same year, we finished in third position under late Stephen Keshi. They defeated these guys from Equatorial Guinea 3-0.
Tactically, on the night, it seems Nigeria did everything right other than just put the ball in the net. It was dominated by Nigeria. Tactically, what went wrong with the team?
What do you call doing everything right? A child has a fine handwriting and then fails an examination. Are we talking about handwriting? So all the 24 shots on target, did he amount to any goal? Put the ball behind the net. That's all that matters. Now you have boxed yourself to a corner. Because going against the Libyans on Friday, they have the aces. The winners, we are now going to bring out our calculators. If we do this and that does that.
So, do you think the best players in the Nigerian league, it seems you have issues with, but do you think the best players in the Nigerian league are representing Nigeria in this championship?
Certainly not.
Who are the exceptions?
Tomorrow, even on a public holiday. These are not the best players that can represent us. Now, I challenge Salisu Yusuf. You saw MFM at the Soccer Temple Stadium in Agege. You fielded questions from the media saying they play the best brand of football. What does best brand of football amount to? That you cannot have a team that finished second in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Not a single person made your team. Not a single person made your team. So what does finishing second in the league amount to? What does qualifying for the CAF Champions League amount to? What does giving Plateau United a run for their money amount to? Not only that, there are some other players in some other clubs that I also feel can give us what we actually want in terms of results. I was telling you about sample and population. These are the guys that they will say are the best players in the league. And certainly, and I could not see any tactical ingenuity on the part of the coach. And that's why I always say, you cannot blame the Nigerian Football Federation, who always go for a white coach, even if he's an albino, to come and coach us. Because you give our coaches an opportunity to hone their skills and show us what they are made of. You just saw Salisu on the sidelines. And I will hear things like, they didn't eat. The weather is disturbing us.
Okay, well,
they lack motivation.
Well, but this is just the first match. Opening games are usually this a bit, like this.
So you want to put the blame on my head? If it's an opening game and you cannot win your opening game. I was telling you that I saw the Libyans against the Equatorial Guineans. They won 3-0 convincingly. Now we are going against the Libyans. Who has the advantage? We are boxed in a corner because it's a win or bust for us. We don't win, we bring out our calculators once again. The Libyans will say to themselves, we get to defeat the Chan Eagles, we are through to the quarterfinals. And then we can start fielding the second string side for our last game against the Rwandese. So we have boxed ourselves to a corner.
We're talking about boxing to a corner. This is not a boxing match, but then who should have been in this Super Eagles team that is not there?
There is a player I continue to wax lyrical about. Ifeanyi Chukwuma Onua. Arguably the best creative person in the Nigerian professional football league. Diminutive, but a coach will come and tell you things like
he's short.
It's diminutive. Okay. And I challenge him. How tall is Mario Hasler? How tall is Hoge Hagi? How tall are these guys? Just play two defensive midfielders. They call them blocking four. To mark for this guy and let him do the creativity. So you are banking your creativity on Rabiu Ali. Look at Rabiu Ali. They call him Pele. My mom will score that goal in the 6-yard box. You blotted a chance in the 6-yard box. How do you explain that? Look at Emeka Ogbu. Look at Antonio Potu. I wish, let them just show us the clip of how they were blotting chances. And I said to myself, if not because I had power supply to watch that game, I will never put on the generator to see these guys.
Well, what will now happen if Nigeria beats Libya? Would your song change? Because if Nigeria beats Libya, it changes the equation. What would you expect in that match?
With the talent that we have in the league, I've always said that the biggest problem of our league is administratively. Once we get ourselves sorted out administratively, then the sky is the beginning. We cannot afford to go to Chan and not go and win the Chan, going by the array of talent. Libya won the 2014 edition when they didn't have an existing league. So what is stopping Nigeria? What is the population of Libya tonight? What's stopping us? So are we supposed to be going to Chan tournament with the mindset of I was there? We should be going there to make a statement.
The Nigerian league is rated to be amongst the best in Africa, in the top 5. And you make it seem as if they don't play good football here.
Rating? Who gave that rating?
The international football statistics
and
international football statistics and history.
They are not serious. What has been our performance on the continent in CAF competitions, CAF Champions League, CAF Competitions Cup? I was telling somebody the 4 teams that are representing us on the continent. What is the except for Eyimba that you can always look up to? What is the experience of Plateau United on the continent? What's the experience of MFM? What's the experience of Aqua United? I've always told people who care to listen, those who win CAF Champions League and Confederations Cup, they win by United Nation. And what do I mean by United Nation? Players coming from vastly experienced players. When Eyimba won it in 2003, 2004, they had people like Eric Ejiofor, Seyi Ogunsoya, Dele Ayenuba, Vincent Enyama, David Tiakase, Muri Ogunbiyi, Victor Iseji. Those are top quality players. Tell me the players that are going on the continent.
You just mentioned Onuwana for MFM. Sikiru Olatunbosun.
Yes, but what is their experience like on the continent? What is their experience like on the continent? Now, I've said by 2019, if we don't do well on the continent, one of our coefficients will be taken out.
Well, so much here today by Seun Ajidagba. Well, it's good to have you. We hope to have you more in the course of the African Nations Championship. Thank you so much for coming.
My prayers are with them.